Aloha. I am coming to you today to share a little story, to share some tips that might support you and your body. And I'm just gonna kind of be bouncing back and forth with you guys here completely. And then coming on over to the Facebook page that I have just to check out some questions so I can cover maybe a couple different things on today's live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Love to hear who's with us when you guys hop on. Just give me a little aloha down in the comments. I am Samantha Fox Olson, coming to you from the North Shore of Kauai. I'm a yoga and fitness instructor, and I absolutely love imbuing a state of ecstatic embodiment into the bodies of women that I work with. And I quite often have heard women say, man, I've never been in a class where I've received the physical, mental, and spiritual aspects of what it is that you offer, like all in one place. And that's something that goes straight to my heart. And so that's who I am. And I have a Facebook page, a Facebook group where I'm supporting women in stepping into their ecstatic embodiment. What we're doing is we're recognizing limited thoughts. We're recognizing beliefs that are no longer serving us. We're getting rid of those things, and we're really stepping into a body and a life that we absolutely love. Woo woo. And so in that group, some questions have been repetitively coming up. And I wanted to just go live and riff about some of this and offer some of the things that have supported me in overcoming some of these frustrations and have helped supported me in overcoming some of these challenges in my own body and in my own life. So the first thing that I want to talk about really is, let me just read over here what it says in my group so I know I'm not missing anything. So I want to share exactly what I did from feeling totally disconnected and disappointed in my body. I felt really heavy. I did not feel sexy after having my body, after having my baby. My daughter after I had my daughter, she's now 11, but after I had her, I stopped taking care of myself. You know, I was learning how to take on this new role, be a mom, all these things that came with it. My daughter was born here on Kauai, but then when she was 13 weeks old, we moved to the mainland, and we were on the mainland for a couple of years. So I moved into a place where I had no support, no family, no friends. My husband is a helicopter pilot. He goes away on contracts for extended periods of time. So I got myself in a little rut, and I remember so clearly, there was some friends, one of my dear friends from high school, Dana D. Her and her baby daddy came down with their son. Came down from Portland, Oregon. We were in Ashland, near the Ashland area, and we were going to go out to dinner and have a fun evening. And as I was getting ready to go out for dinner and putting on clothes, I remember this like it was yesterday. I remember this like sadness. I was putting on clothes, and I just remember bawling to Dana. And I was so sad about the way that I felt in my clothes. I was so sad about the way that I felt in my body. I felt completely disconnected from my body, and it hurt. I didn't like the way that I felt inside. I didn't like the way that I looked outside. I didn't like the way that I felt, you know. It was sad, but it also was an amazing turning point for me to recognize. Aloha, Donna in the house. Sweet to have you here, honey. It really helped me recognize, okay, you know what? This is the truth. The truth is you haven't taken any time for yourself to do, you know, something for you and your body, to put yourself back on your priority list. Like, I wasn't just on the back burner. I literally felt like I was like not even on any of the burners, you know. I took my daughter for walks. I did things like that. But besides that, I wasn't doing the things that really brought joy and fitness and health to my body, which is yoga and fitness. So prior to having my daughter, she's my one and only, but prior to having her, I've always been, not always, but since, let's see, 2000 when I started teaching yoga. So, and at that time, before I had Kylie, I had nobody else to take care of. My time was my own. And for me, my mindset, my point of view was this. Oh, when I work out, when I take care of myself, that means I dedicate 60 to 90 minutes at a time. That's what I thought it meant to exercise, to move my body, to take care of myself physically in that way. So what I realized at that point in my bathroom when I was bawling my eyes out to my friend because I didn't feel good in any of my clothes was, well, shoot dang, you got to start doing something to put yourself on this priority list. You need to start doing something consistently every single day that is you and your time to reconnect to your body. So I realized, you know what, the 60, the 90 minutes isn't going to work. It's not going to work for me right now. But what I can commit to is 10 minutes a day. And that was a huge, for me. Because prior to that, I didn't even ever think to only commit 10 minutes a day to me rolling out my yoga mat and doing some yoga or doing some fitness. And so, but it was a small enough chunk of time that I absolutely knew that I could commit to, right? Are you guys feeling me? Like 60 to 90 minutes, we can make a million excuses as to why not make that time. But 10 minutes, dude, we can make that time. So that's what I did. I had that mind shift switch of, okay, I'm going to find out what it is I can do and what it is I can commit consistently every single day to, so that I show up and I start to create some compounding momentum of me taking care of me, some compounding of momentum of me reconnecting to me, of me getting strong again and open again. And this is the truth. Sometimes that 10 minutes would be 10 minutes. And awesome. I accomplished what I set out for myself that day. And sometimes that 10 minutes would turn into 15 minutes. Sometimes that 10 minutes would turn into 20, 40, because I gave myself that permission to just step in and to play and feel and connect. It just opened up a whole nother world of possibilities for myself. And I want to ask you this. Let's say you did take on this as a new mama, or like a friend of mine who recently, she wasn't taking care of a new baby, but she was taking care of her parents who were ill and who needed her at that time of their life. They needed her pretty darn consistently. So, it might not be you with a brand new baby, but it might be you taking care of everybody and everything else. And if that's you, can you commit to 10 minutes a day consistently? This is an every single day deal, an every single day commitment that you have to yourself, your well-being, your body. Is that something you can commit to? Yes, it is. Absolutely. I know that it is. And so that's what I did. And once I got that ball rolling, you guys, that's when things start to change. That's when we start to shift internally. Our energy changes. Our mindset changes. We start to believe in ourselves again. We start to know what we're capable of and worthy of again. Because when our self-image changes, our self-image is that part of our mind that believes what's possible for ourselves. Our self-image, those beliefs that we think about ourselves dictate what it is that we will set forth to accomplish in our life. So our self-image is huge. It's profound. And by us showing up, by me, let me take it back to my experience, by me showing up for myself consistently, my self-image shifted. And as that shifted, what I decided to go for and say yes to and explore in my body changed. So that's my first tip to you. You know, if you are feeling disappointed, if you are feeling heavy, if you're not feeling sexy, and you know that you're not taking care of yourself, you're not making yourself and your body and time to move your body a priority, start like I did, 10 minutes a day. And if that means that, you know, you're babysitting with a treat for those 10 minutes, I don't know how that would work for you, but you know, you can make it work to carve out those 10 minutes. And then I would love to hear how that worked for you. I would love to hear. I have a membership site, iloveyogaandfitness.com. And on that membership site, I have hundreds of videos, yoga, fitness, meditation, deep relaxation, high intensity interval training, strength training. I have kids yoga on there as well. Such an awesome offering for mamas who do have young ones. But there's short videos on there. There are short videos, there are long videos. But if that is a tool that can help you get moving, all you've got to do is push play. And after you push play, move consistently alongside of me for 10 minutes. You know, this is something that could support you. And if it is, I invite you to come on over. My membership is going to double in cost here very, very soon. And now it's a crazy, crazy opportunity, crazy low investment to come on in as a member. So I don't want that to pass you by. I do want to mention that. It's iloveyogaandfitness.com. So let me see here what another question I may address on this live. Oops. So while I'm looking at my group page, you guys, I'll invite you to come on over as well. It is a group page for women only. And I will put the link below. I think there's also a link here on my page. If you go over to the left sidebar on this page, you'll see a thing that says groups near the top, or even under the banner image. It says join group. Just click on that and come on over and join us. We are a group of women saying yes to ecstatic embodiment, saying, you know, being willing to let go of those limiting beliefs that are holding us back from living a life and living in a body that we absolutely love. So if coming into that group resonates with you, come on over and join us. So I want to look in here at some comments. Coaching, lifestyle / business. Rachel, let me know a little bit more about what kind of questions exactly you would love me to share on that. I love those topics. Coaching, lifestyle, and business. Love them. So let me get a little more specific about what questions you have in that area. Julie mentioned she would love to hear me share a little bit on inner beauty and being a good person. You know, inner beauty, for me, this aspect of inner beauty, it's me when I feel beautiful inside. It's because my words, my actions match my words. My actions match my words. That makes me feel really good about myself. When I am taking the time to listen to what it is that my heart and my spirit are calling for. What is it that your heart, what is it that your spirit is desiring most right now? Not the limiting beliefs of our head, but your spirit. What is your spirit craving? What would your spirit love to do and be? When we give ourselves the permission to listen to that voice, and then when we align with that and we take action that moves in that direction and we surrender the rest to the universe, we feel amazing. I feel amazing. I feel energized. I feel like a beautiful person inside. From that place, I know that I can be in service to the world. I am in service in the world just by me aligning to that part of myself. And when we can be of high service to the world, how much more inner beauty is there than that? So, you know, being a good person, I don't want to talk too much about that. What I would encourage is, you know, be that person that lights you up. follow your heart's deepest desires. Listen to what it is your spirit is yearning for. And then courageously move in that direction. And as we do, the universe will begin to open up doors and support us. And as we're supported in living a life that aligns with our heart's deepest desires, we're going to be of great big service to the world. And that's being a good person. All right, let's see. I'm going to do one more question here, and then I'll definitely come on back and do some more lives. These are so fun for me. And let's see here. Just ask for the universe. Yes, awesome, Gigi. Whoop. Let's see, Jennifer. I'm gonna see if I can see your comment, honey. Aloha, Jennifer. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. This is a huge piece of the puzzle, and I know this feeling. So Jennifer, you're expressing, okay, I'm trying to get back to me taking care of me. And when I do, I feel an enormous amount of guilt about taking that time for myself. I can relate to this fully. And is there something that like comes along with being a parent or a new mom or something that all of a sudden we experience way more guilt in our lives than ever? I know that was my experience. Okay, so let me help you with this a little bit because this is huge. For me, again, it was I committed 10 minutes of me taking care of me, 10 minutes. And in that, I'm like, okay, my daughter can be with she can be in her little city chair and be playing, or I can give her some treats. That's 10 minutes. I can keep her, satisfied and happy. And this is 10 minutes of my own time. So that helped me with that a little bit. But, that helped me carve out that time so I could create that compounding momentum to actually put myself on my priority list. Then this is the truth, Jennifer. And I think that having these conversations with other women and other moms can really help to get us out. So who does this guilt, when we're feeling guilty about taking care of ourselves, who does that serve? Who does that serve? That feeling of guilt of us taking care of ourselves. Nobody, it really doesn't. So could it possibly, if we can just start to dissect some of these thoughts and these emotions and start to choose something else, this is where some magic can start to show up for ourselves in our lives. So first of all, Jen, I want to totally acknowledge you, girl, that you're like, okay, well, I'm feeling this. You're feeling it. You're acknowledging it. You're there. That's a huge step in. When we realize that feeling of guilt, it's not serving anybody, we start to say, okay, so would I be willing to let that go? And it might creep in. We might need to be willing to let that go over and over and over again. And when we start to really like, okay, so when we do take care of ourselves, when your daughter sees you making your health and your energy and your well-being a priority, what does that teach your daughter? What does that teach? And maybe it's not a daughter. Maybe it's your son. What does it teach your family? What does it teach our children for them to see us taking care of ourselves and us doing practices that help to center us, help to energize us, help to light us up? That's a huge, huge service. That's a huge service to our children. When you're taking care of yourself, Jen, what I would invite you to do, honey, is get out a journal and get out a piece of paper and just start. When you take care of yourself, what does that do for you? What does it do for your energy? So there's a few different sections. You could take a piece of paper and just put like a big X on it, right? Like a big T. So you have 4 sections. And over here in this corner, I want you to just put some notes. How does it benefit you? You can just stick with the you right now to physically Give yourself some time. You're going to feel stronger. You're going to feel less pain in your body. You're going to feel physically, fill in the blanks. I'm going to feel strong, toned. I'm going to feel supple. I'm going to feel pain-free. Anything physically that you're going to feel. And then over here, you can put mentally. When I take the time to move my body, to take care of myself that way, I am energetically freaking booyah. I am more optimistic. Way more optimistic. I am a way more fun person to be around when my body is moving and when I know that I've taken care of myself. So over here, mentally, what does it do for you mentally? Makes me happier. It mentally makes me able to be more focused on the hand at task because I'm energized. So after the mentally, I want you to go down and put some notes over here. Seriously, right on time with this. Chandra, so happy you're here, sister. So we're talking about how can we let go of the guilt of taking care of ourselves. And I want to help you guys with this because there is, I know that feeling. I freaking have riddled myself in guilt, especially when I was a new mom. My daughter is 11 now. So I'm on the other side of that. Does guilt creep into my life at times? Yeah, absolutely. But nothing like when she was a baby. And so how is it that we can really see the value in fucking stop telling the lie to ourselves, stepping into that box of guilt and shame and living it and having it? What's the truth about this? So we're talking about the 4 aspects of what we receive in when we do make the time for ourselves and move our body. Over here, it's physical. Over here, it's, aloha, you guys. I wish I could see more who's joining on, but Michael's in the house. Michael, brother. Sharing some light with the world. Sue, aloha, Jennifer, Chandra. So true about the endorphins, right? So Jennifer, that's probably one of the hugest benefits for me in exercise and fitness is the endorphins that are released. I'm a different person. I am completely a different, more joyful, energized, optimistic person on the days that I am working out than on the days that I'm not. It is my truth. So let's just stick with that for a moment. And then we'll come to these other 2 quadrants. So when those endorphins, mama, are pumping through your body, tell me, I want to hear you comment below. How does that bring value to the life of your children? You can just tell me, is that a benefit when you, in your embodiment, have endorphins tingling around? Does that bring value to your children, your child? Yes or no? And you can just comment that. And these are amazing conversations because once we can start to dissect some of it and get out of the stickiness of guilt and shame and really start to open up into a bigger perspective, we can drop the guilt and shame because the bigger perspective and we open up our energy to the truth. When our energy and our truth is expansive, then the shame and the guilt is small and it can drop into the ethers because we are we've expanded our energy bigger. When we get stuck in the guilt and shame, we're energetically all bound up and it's really hard to get out of that. So we need to open our perspective and open our energy so that guilt and shame can just kind of fall. It's small. It's small compared to that vibration of what you are choosing to live in and be in and share to your children with and share to your community and your husband with. And so yes, I feel happier. And your kids see that too. Beautiful. When your children see in that, when your children can receive in a more happy, healthy version of you, how does that impact their tomorrow? How does that impact them next year? How does that impact them when they're going to school? How does that impact them when they are having a struggle, when they're feeling sad in life later? How does that impact them to see what's possible for them to navigate around these things? It's big. I'm like tingling all over. It's really, really big. Yes, I'm less shouty, less controlling, can let go of stuff, right? I understand completely. So, okay, so this comes down into the next quadrant. We've got our physical, our mental. And thank you, Jen and Chandra, for bringing this in because I wasn't planning on sharing this, and this is perfect. This part of the equation. And it's huge. And this was something that did come up in my Facebook group page. Another mama was saying, but I feel guilt in taking care, the time to take care of me. So let's come into these other quadrants, because these are going to help to open our perspective and our energy so that shame and guilt does not rule us. You guys, you as mamas are magnificent, amazing, amazing women on this planet. And your energy and your vibration isn't to be spent being locked up in shame and guilt. It's not going to serve anybody. So how is it that we unlock from the shame and guilt energy, expand open so that really who we be can be? We can share the light of which we're here to be in this world. So when we come down into these four, this one, let's talk about the emotion. So physical and mental, emotional. And it was either Shonda or Jen already said it. Oh, Jen. Emotionally, like, less controlling. Emotionally, afraid, like, patient, right? Emotionally, a little more relaxed. Emotionally, less controlling. So emotionally, I'm a little more available. I'm a little bit more spacious. Emotionally, how does it serve you in your life emotionally when you, on those days that you've moved your body, on those days that you've taken care of yourself? If you guys have any comments on that emotionally, leave it below. These are amazing. And we start to see that, oh gosh, yeah, you know what? That emotion is I receive in that as well. That mental aspect of moving my body, I receive in that as well. So emotionally, what does it do for you? That could be another optimistic. Emotionally, I'm more joyful. I am more joyful on those days I'm taking care of me. Emotionally, I'm more available. Emotionally, enthusiastic. Feel into that. And this is something I'm going to invite you guys, do it multiple times a day, a week if you need to get back into the really unknowing. We got to know these things. We have to know the value of us taking care of ourselves. And we have to know it bigger than we know shame and guilt in our life. So this might have to be a daily practice of just journaling on this. And it doesn't have to take long. It can take a couple minutes to journal on these things. And there's one other thing before we go over to this quadrant I just want to mention is that, but when we sometimes we think, and you guys tell me if this resonates true for you. If we have the belief though that, oh, I am only working out to lose the weight, right? I haven't been taking care of myself. I'm feeling really sad about the way that I feel when I put on clothes. I'm feeling really sad about going out to this particular party or to dinner because I'm not feeling good in my body. I just feel disconnected. I feel heavy, whatever that is. When you're feeling that and you think, okay, well, I need to exercise. I need to exercise so that I don't feel like this. I need to exercise to lose 10 pounds. Possibly that might get you moving to exercise, possibly, but maybe not, because it almost seems like exercise then, moving our body, is a punishment. It's a punishment mentality. And it's so sad. That mentality is so sad because really it's the furthest thing from the truth. If we can start to do, oh my God, moving my body is going to freaking make me feel strong and confident and make me feel optimistic and more focused. And my children are going to see me more happy and I'm going to feel more enthusiastic about life. And my children are going to see that. I'm going to have more energy to play with them and be with them. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, I want to go get on my mat right now. I want to go exercise right now. So, it's changing the perspective too as to why the hell we want to make us a priority, make us moving our body, make fitness, make exercise a priority. So much mindset around this. So let me just see if I have any other comments here, you guys. If you guys have anything you want to riff on alongside of this with me, your comments, I love them. They bounce them here. Share below. Okay, so the last quadrant over here is going to be spiritually. Spiritually, how do you feel when you are putting yourself in exercise on when you're exercising, when you're moving your body? How does that impact you? How does that bring value to your spirituality or to your spirit? Feel into that for just a moment. Take your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath. When endorphins are pumping through my body, when I feel more enthusiastic about life, when my children, when I get to see the joy inside of my child's face because she or he is seeing a more next level version of me, what does that do to your spirit? It's enlivening. It's expansive. And then no doubt about it, moving my body connects me to something bigger. My yoga and my fitness practice connect me to something bigger. I know that I'm supported by the universe. I know that I'm supported by the amazing magic and miracle of life of which we cannot see. I trust in that so much more. I'm connected to that so much more. I can surrender so much more. Okay, how is that? How is that? Just one quadrant alone. So if we only took one quadrant. Yes, Jennifer, my pleasure, sweet darling, my pleasure. So we've got the 4 quadrants. Did I miss anything, you guys? We did the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects of, where we can receive. We could do a whole nother, another slice of the pie, which could be, okay, now when all of this value that I've received through moving my body, me putting myself on my priority list, how does these increased values, these next level you in your life, how does that contribute to your children? How does that contribute to your husband, your lover, the people that you work with, the people of your community? How does that next level you bring value to every other relationship in your life? How does it bring value? I would love to hear you guys. Answer me on that one. How does you being in the vibration of the next level you every single day, every day, how does that bring contribution to the rest of the world? Does it inspire? Does it inspire your community to see you feeling energized and joyful? It absolutely inspires your community and your family. It's spreading the love. It's sharing the smile. It absolutely is. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, so now, why the hell were we feeling guilty? Why the hell were we choosing to jump in the little motherfucking box of guilt and shame? You see how that falls away? Because when the truth is so much bigger, having the energy to contribute on all those levels. Yes, because I have the energy now to contribute in all of those areas of my life. This is the truth. We do not have the energy to contribute all that we have to contribute when we are stuck in shit, when we're stuck in guilt and shame, and when we're not taking care of ourselves. We just don't. So now that we've freaking annihilated any reason why we should get stuck in guilt and shame, enjoy it and find pleasure and delight, you guys. This is the invitation, and I'll be the one to give you this invitation. And then, remember this conversation anytime that the shame, because shame might be a go-to emotion, it might be a go-to energy that we actually use just so that we don't have to frickin' show up. Because there's going to be times we feel tired. But we know, but this is the thing, even though we might feel tired, so then we'll say, you know what, I'm feeling a little bit guilty. I'm feeling a little bit guilty if I take care of myself. No, that's a freaking out. That's a freaking total excuse, lame ass lie that we're telling ourselves to just not show up for ourselves. right? So we got to be really careful about the sneakiness of the excuses and lies that we tell ourselves. And then just, kind of in that way, then you see how even the guiltiness of, then I can't do that because I'm feeling guilty about maybe my child or my husband. You see how that's actually just us placing blame on somebody else so that we can get out of the task at hand, which is taking care of ourselves, so that we actually sneak ourselves out of being the full contribution and light that we be. Holy crap-ola. So when you're looking at shame, and I want to invite you to look at it as blame and stop pointing the blame. I've done that so many times. I can come on and riff about that a lot, you guys. And I will share some stories. I have some flat out stories about me pointing the blame in my life, and not serving me, not serving anyone. But it'll repetitively, that habit that we get ourselves into will repetitively perpetuate in our lives over and over and over again until we say no more, no more. So let's come back to what it is that I did to get myself back on my priority list. Hey, girlfriend. Rach is in the house. Sister, I want to answer your questions, but I don't know exactly what you want me to riff on in that particular comment that you left. So after this video, go on back and give me a little bit more. What would you love to have a conversation? Because I love those two, coaching, lifestyle, and business. Whew. We could have lots of conversations about those topics. So I just saw that you hopped on. So I wanna talk about those topics. I'm going to do another live on that, but just get a little bit more specific with me so I know exactly what it is that you'd like to have a conversation on around that. So this one was good, you guys. This conversation was juicy. It was good. Was this beneficial for you? Was this helpful for you? Did this give any ahas, create a shift in perspective and point of view that's going to help you? Yeah, baby. Okay, Rach, I hear you, honey. Okay, please do PM me. And go back and maybe watch the beginning of this too, because even though this, like the unblocked part and how to start, I think even how I gave an example of us taking care of ourselves, this might be a part of it for you. So this conversation, it was so good, you guys. Thank you for those that contributed and participated, because it really did, unfold in a very beautiful way. So with no further ado, I want to invite you to come on over to my membership site, iloveyogaandfitness.com. And this is why. I want to help you be that voice of expansive perspective in your life over and over and over and over until that becomes your norm. On those days that you're feeling shamed and guilty, just come on over, push play, and let me help you move and shift that energy. What I'm inviting you guys to do is 10 minutes a day. If you haven't been taking care of yourself for a while, 10 minutes a day. I want you to make that promise to yourself. Make that promise to yourself right now. I promise to make 10 minutes a day for me. Guilt-free, shameless, unapologetically me time, where I move my body. I promise that to you. I promise that to you, body. I promise that to myself. 10 minutes. You can do it. I don't care what time of day it is. Whatever works for you, but 10 minutes a day done consistently. I promise you 2 weeks from now, a few days from now, you are going to feel so much better. And so how is it that my membership site could help you with that? Sometimes even just starting out, we feel squeaky, right? Awkward. Just we're not in our body. And I can be the voice that helps support you in anchoring in and moving in a delightful, joyful, enthusiastic, optimistic way. Maybe my videos, I do have videos in there that are 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I have so many different durations of videos. There's meditations in there that are anywhere from, 5 minutes to 25 minutes. Kids yoga in there, very short kids yoga. That's a fun way just to inspire our children. But I promise when your children see you taking care of you, it's going to inspire them for years and years. It's going to make an imprint in their entire life. That is incredibly valuable. That's priceless. But let's go back to the I Love Yoga and Fitness membership. Even if it's a 30-minute video and you only do 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes, that is something to celebrate in. That's helping you stay committed to this promise. Right now, my membership site is $24 a month, you guys. If you pay for it by the year, it breaks down to 60 cents a day. Freaking it, it's a ridiculously crazy low investment right now. When we see all the areas of value that making a time for self and are moving our bodies it's priceless. And I have this offering for you where for 60 cents a day, you can come and allow me to support you and move your body daily. Come on over, iloveyogaandfitness.com. That investment is going to double. And even when it doubles, it's still a ridiculously low cost for what it is that you get to receive in, what it is your children get to receive in, your family gets to receive in, your community gets to receive in. And when you say yes to that, you're saying yes to yourself. And it's in my heart, it's in my prayers, and it's in my deep desire to help you stop playing small. To help you stop playing small, because the world needs your light. Your family needs your light. Your community needs your light. The world needs your light. And what a pleasure it is for me to help support that in you guys. It's a huge pleasure. It's what lights me up the most. It's why I'm here with you right now. And then the other place of support that I have is the Facebook group that I have. Aloha. 10 minutes done. Yes. Ireland in the house. So awesome. So is the Facebook group. Come on over. I'll put the link to my website, membership site. I'll put the link to the group so you can come on over and receive in all of this support, in all of this perspective, expansive perspective, because you really do deserve to live in a body that you absolutely freaking love. You deserve to live in a body that feels radiant and amazing, vibrant, pain-free, strong, confident. Not only do you deserve that, but so do your children. So does your husband. So does your lover. So does every relationship that you interact with. It's of huge value, you guys. And the last thing I'll just remind you of is that you do, your spirit is speaking to you. It's speaking to us every single day. And it can be really easy to get caught up here. And this is where the shame and the guilt and the really good excuses. I was having a conversation with a dear friend last night. We were sitting out on the steps of my yurt looking at the Christmas trees. And we have a big blow-up Santa that's inside of a helicopter. My father's a helicopter pilot. If any of you guys are listening are over in California where the fires are, I just want to send my prayers out. I'm totally thinking of you guys. My husband will be fighting those fires as well from the helicopter. But we're sitting on the yurt stairs and we're talking, having a conversation about our heart's deepest desires. She was expressing to me what it is she would love to create in her life. And then this woman has brilliant ideas. She has a freaking amazing heart. She's so talented and she's a phenomenal mother. She's a phenomenal being. And she has phenomenal ideas. And so she was sharing some of that and what it is she would like to achieve and receive in. And then the next thought comes in, and it was, she talked about why she couldn't have it or why it was really hard. And I just stopped her. Stop right now. Just listen. Stop to that. Like, you just got so expansive and so your spirit was talking. Your spirit was talking. And then you let the voice of doubt come in and freaking halt you. And I know that, you guys. I've done that over and over and over and over again in my life, and I'm done with that. I'm done strengthening that muscle. I don't want to strengthen the muscle of doubt. I don't want to strengthen the muscle of fear. I don't want to strengthen the muscle of shame and blame. And so be aware. Be aware. And start to listen. Listen to what it is that your spirit desires. Listen to what it is that your spirit is saying to you. And keep listening to that and act on that. Because that, my friend, is the contribution to your body, to your life, and to everybody else around you. I love you so much. Thank you for being here all the way from Ireland. Where else, you guys? Before we say a hui ho, just let me know. Leave a comment below. I would love to know where you're listening in from today. I'm coming to you from the North Shore of Kauai, in the Hawaiian Islands. Alrighty, you guys. I'll come on back and do some more. There's a lot more questions I would love to address, but thank you. Maryland is in the house. Woo-hoo. We've got a delay here, so I would love to just hear. Where else are you guys from? We got Ireland, we got Maryland, we got Kauai. Rachel, I'm feeling that last little part was for you too, babe. And I'll look for your message in my PM for sure. All right, you guys. This was so thank you. I received so much in sharing this conversation with you. Thank you for being here. Lots of love from India. India, Ireland, Kauai, Maryland. How miraculous is this gift of life? Feeling so blessed. Namaste.